Hi everybody on YouTube. Welcome to Draw With Me Kids episode, oh my gosh, 60? No, 59. Mythical creatures, specifically griffins and chimeras. So, today we hope you brought some animals that you like and we're going to put them together to create new creatures. So, get your pens.
I will also talk about some chimeras or certain chimeras that I like from Greek mythology.
Ooh, okay, that's going to be cool.
So, grab your paper, pencils, erasers, or if you're doing it on digital Apple Pencil or whatever you're using.
However you like to draw. And let's go. Oh, there's yours. Okay, why don't you show us what we did last week?
So here we have some illusions. We have the hold down illusion here. And we did the hold down. Here we have one of our friends and their mom did some awesome Star Wars pictures that we didn't get to show last episode. That's okay because we're showing them now.
Yeah. And their baby Yodas and their Darth Vaders.
Yep.
Some good art, guys.
Then we have the same two did illusions.
Yeah, you joined us last week and helped us do some 3D images and illusions. That's pretty cool. Miss Rainbows is on digital again today. I am on big sketch pad, and here is a version of what I did last week because I didn't scan it in. Go figure. Because I didn't scan it. So this week we're going to do griffins and other chimeras, and I know that there's a few of our regular people who watch either live or afterwards who are going to find this trivia easy, but I hope you guys have fun with it. Because I know that they love mythology. In fact, let's start off with a super duper easy one. Can anybody tell me what a chimera is? Is it a mythical creature? Is it a creature created from the parts of other creatures? Or is it all both of them? What is a chimera? A mythical creature, a creature created from other creature parts. Or both. So we're going to draw something a little bit like this guy. I started doing an outline. Miss Rainbows has already started. And then I'll show you one of my little cartoony griffins. And griffins are actually, not to give away the trivia question, are actually chimeras of sorts. They are a lion and an eagle. So what I like to do is start creating the base of what I'm going to work with, which is a circle, which is where the shoulder and the forearm are going to be, and a circle just above it. Sort of like a snowman, but they are not attached. So I just made those two darker. And then I make a circle out here. So 3 circles. And that gives you your base points of where you want to start for this lying down griffin. If you want to make it more cartoony or cutie, you could bring those circles a little closer together. You can make this circle really big and these circles smaller.
You can make a baby griffin.
Make a baby griffin. This one's a little bit more stretched out, so therefore more like an adult. Once you have those, draw a straight line at the very bottom of that bottom front circle, a semicircle at the end, and then a straight line back, and that is your front paw. You can do something very similar for the back paw, except instead of starting right at the bottom and going straight out, you're just going to make a little hook 2/3 on the bottom. So right here, 2/3 of the bottom. Hook it down, straight line across, semicircle up, and then bring it back and overlap that circle just a little bit. That's your back paw. Now you could do this for a lying down lion. You could do this for a lying down cat. Since we're doing this for the lying down griffin, this is what we got. So I've already started this, but just near the bottom, not quite the bottom, of your top circle, so the head, you do a triangle to get the beak. And I add a little triangle here to get that hook, so you can curve it out if you want to make it a curved beak. And there's the beak. These Rainbows is showing off her awesome stuff. The answer, by the way, to our trivia question. Our trivia question, what is a chimera? Is it a mythical creature? Is it a combination of multiple creatures? Or is it both? And the answer is, probably since you guessed as I'm talking about griffins, both. Chimeras are traditionally, well, I'll ask that question then. Maybe what I should ask, the next question is, what is a griffin traditionally representing? If you see a griffin on somebody's coat of arms or a picture of griffin or it's part of their family symbol, what does a griffin represent? That's our next quick trivia question. Does it represent bravery, loyalty, and protection? Does it represent bravery, loyalty, and power? Does it represent good, bravery, and protection? Or does it represent the king? That one's a weird one, isn't it? Everybody's going to go, wait a second, I bet you it represents the king. It might not. So what I do now that I sort of did a line underneath that beak to sort of close it off to make it a smile. I turned it into a little smile to make it straight. I want a very serious griffin. I put a little dot inside the nose there so you can see sort of the nose, the breathing hole of that beak. And because I like to do side view eyes, you could do this as a circle if you want, or a triangle with a circle edge. I'm going to do mine as a triangle with a circle edge. And there's the griffin's eye socket. You decide if the griffin is looking this way or looking forward, your choice. I love your little griffin, it's cute.
My baby griffin and my baby Medusa.
And your baby Medusa. Is Medusa a chimera
Yeah.
of sorts? Yeah, she kind of is, isn't she?
Medusa's a chimera because you're still putting two creatures together, which is a chimera.
So now you want to create with a sort of S-curve, a reverse S-curve actually, the chest for your griffin. And then if the same sort of thing for the back neck here. And I'm going to draw a long straight line coming just out where you ended that neck piece. Curve and a half circle down just to sort of cover up the back, and then a bit of an S curve down to connect that to represent the griffin's wings. If you want to put wings on your griffin, you don't have to. Some of them, hippogriffs, usually have wings. I like to add wings on my griffins. And then, this is a decision you get to make on your griffins. You can start erasing parts like the circle of the beak, a circle on the neckline. Here's a decision for you. Do you want to have a griffin that looks a little bit more traditional with the spiky feathers on the top? Or do you want to have a very eagle-headed griffin? You can just leave it smooth and plain. I kind of like having the little sort of feather horns, like a bit like an owl. So I just like to do one swoop up, one line curved slightly, and curve down. And then sometimes I add a second one. Well, I don't think I want to do that today now that I'm looking at it. See, change your mind. And then if you want to show the second one over there, you can do a very small version beside it. And then, as Miss Rainbow showed on her Griffin, which she doesn't have on the screen right now, you're going to draw sort of a almost zigzag pattern just right at the neck and shoulders. You can repeat that a little bit if you want a particularly feathery looking griffin. And there you've got the eagle head. I put a little bit of a spiky pattern to see feathers on the back of the head. That's up to you as to how feathery you want to make your griffin. This guy's looking pretty familiar, eh?
Yeah.
Your griffin. And we can add paws in, sort of paw lines, depending on how much detail you want to get. And a C curve for the tail, which is a lion's tail, so you want to do an eye drop shape or a leaf shape connected to that tail. And you can erase anything that tail overlaps. You can erase anything underneath that wing. And start erasing this line here, where the foot connects. And maybe even where the shoulder connects a bit. So you can keep some of those because you want to keep a bit of a shoulder shape, but and then you can draw out some lines in there to give that impression of a wing. And there you have a griffin lying down. Pretty cool, eh?
He's adorable.
Are you drawing a little Medusa?
Yeah.
Nice, I like it.
Little baby Medusa crawling on her tail.
I frequently draw a little cartoon character called Little Medusa. It was part of my favorite original character collection. Well, she's not really my character because Medusa is Greek mythology. Did I actually answer that trivia question about what a griffin represents? A griffin represents on a coat of arms or in somebody's coat of arms or family banner. It represents bravery, protection, and goodness. Because griffins are representative of the eagle, which is considered the king of the sky, and the lion, who's typically known as the king of the jungle or king of the land creatures. So a griffin is supposed to have all the traits of those creatures. So I am going to pass it on to you, Miss Rainbows. Why don't you show us some of the tricks that you do when you're creating? I'm going to finish up my griffin a bit here.
When I'm
My own
doing
special.
my own Chimera, what I tend to do a lot is I'm gonna draw a Medusa because that's easier for me to draw, but you can do it with any animal or thing that you want.
Okay.
First of all, I'm gonna draw another baby Medusa crawling on her tail.
Do a baby Medusa crawling? Okay.
And make it a little boy Medusa. So I'm gonna draw it very light, but I can't really do light, so I'm gonna use the turquoise. I'm gonna draw this shape.
I'm giving a roll. Oh, that's not very good.
There's
Still getting one.
Then if I draw a snake here, in the kind of position I'd put my baby Medusa in. Then I'm gonna grab another pink color here for my next animal. You could do colors if you wanted, but you don't have to do colors. You could keep doing it. I'm just gonna do it so it's easy. And I'm gonna draw kind of like this piece over. I'm going to draw a little hand out here.
Okay.
It's a little baby Medusa crawling.
While she's drawing, I'm just doing my cartoon face of the Griffin and listening to your drawing.
Now, there we go. Now I'm going to grab this purple and I'm going to do this little like necklace on him. And I'm going to do more snakes in his hair. There we go. So there I have my little Medusa. I'm going to add another snake in his hair. There we go.
I like the snakes. Those are so cute.
So here we have this little dude. Next I'm going to go over with my black on the parts I would want to keep. I might do this in another layer. But you guys know what you guys can just erase that part and just go over it again on the parts you want to keep. I like to color code different creatures and then color code aspects about whatever it is I'm drawing.
Okay, that's a good way that people won't get confused while you're showing that off.
Because then you can see what other creatures I'm drawing and how to draw them, and then the aspects about, or what it is about the creature that I'm drawing that I would have to have. And I just erase that, and there's what I come up with.
Oh, that's cool. I do like your Medusa. That's so cool. I like that with all the different little pieces of it. I thought what would be kind of fun, but I don't see there's a lot of viewers on today, would be to take my dice and roll it, and that's probably too many, and say, okay, I got 3. And then get you guys to write into the comments what 3 creatures you would want me to put together to create an all new creature. But we don't really have a lot of viewers on here to do that today, so maybe we'll each pick one. What do you want? What would you want to put? What is one of your favorite Miss Rainbows? What would you want to put in?
Pandas.
Panda, okay.
Cats. Pandas,
You're
cats.
picking all 3. Okay, panda, cats. I'm loving it. Panda, cats.
Pandas, cats, and squirrels.
And squirrels. Wow.
You and Mommy would you do?
What 3 am I going to put? Or what 2? Do you want me to give you 2 and then it's easier?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to give you... I'm going to give you a mouse and a wolf. Looks like we've got 2 comments, but I don't see them on our thingamajig. And you gave me panda, cat,
and squirrel.
And squirrel. So for the next few minutes of our broadcast, we're going to be creating a creature of that. And one of the things I'm going to talk about as I'm doing it, I love using all kinds of different animals to inspire me to create things like dragons and fairies, and like my latest coloring page up on Patreon is a dandelion, so it's sort of like a lion that looks like a flower. I like to use flowers and plants. So this is kind of a fun exercise. Another artist friend of mine had a really cool stream that she did where she has animal cards and she drew cards from her card deck and got everybody to draw the 3 animals that she drew, or the 2 animals that she drew from her cards. And use your imagination to think about how they go together. So Panda, I think black and white. And the eye patches, this is sort of me doing, this is what I would do if I were sketching out an idea for somebody else or my own thing, as I'd make a little sort of scribble pad of ideas. Cats, I think of the pointy ears. I think of whiskers. I think of the eyes that are cat eyes. I think of that. And squirrel, I think of little rodent noses. The little teeth. I think of the big bushy tails. And then I think of things like, well, if I put the bushy tail and black and white together, that might make it look like, what other creature do we know?
Skunk.
Yeah, might make it look like a skunk. So, I think I'm going to make this creature roly-poly like a panda. So I'm going to do a nice big roly-poly look here. And it's going to have a big tail. So there's my circle. And my tail leading up, big bushy tail. And these big old feet sitting there. Because I like to make pandas sort of sitting back with their feet up for some reason. Because I love those pictures. And this panda is going to have some kitty cat features, like triangle ears. And the most adorable eyes. So I think that I'm going to have to do that.
The wow.
The Wolf. That's cute. It's like a little mouse with the fuzzy
with like
wolf
mouth
tail.
and the fuzzy wolf tail and wolf fur on his mouse ears.
I think I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. This is my panda kitty cat hybrid coming together. So I've created, it's a little bit surprised, but that's okay. Maybe it's surprised because it's like, why am I such an interesting combination of things? Because you're adorable. And I'll do some kind of, I think of like, just, this is a really big creature. You might see this creature in the woods and think Totoro or like Huggable. I hope. And pandas generally have all the black across the top. And then just the legs are, yeah, usually it's a black band across the top. So, black band across the top. And this is, and black kitty cat ears. How weird is this? Do you guys think this is weird? Let me know. You might not be able to see the comments, but I will read them later. Or you think this is cute? I think everybody should give Sophia, Miss Rainbows, a really big good job on her wolf. What are you making now? So I think her wolf was adorable. And what a neat idea to use those parts. And that's just the whole thing about creating new creatures out of ones that we're familiar with, is you think about the story of the creature, where they might be, what creature you want to feature. What creature do you want to feature most of those characteristics? Do you want to make a creature that's built like, in my case, I decided that this whole creature was going to be based off of a panda, so you can sort of see the panda there, with whiskers like a cat, and ears like a cat, maybe even the eye whiskers that a cat has. And the squirrel part is going to be the tail. Instead of the little I might just do that for the tail, give it a little pointy and make it super fluffy. And to make it not look too much like a skunk, this tail is going to be mostly white with just the tail bit here, the pointy tip part, have a bit of a black tip. So it won't look too much like a skunk. What do you think? And that is my Panda Earl? I don't know. Panda Earl? What would you call this guy? Maybe we could help me give me a name. Mama? What is this?
Baby Medusa.
Oh, you're showing how tall baby Medusa is.
And then I'm gonna draw a mummy, giant mummy.
A giant mummy looking into the baby Medusa. Okay, that sounds
I'm
good.
thinking of names for your panda cat squirrel.
Well, I hope everybody can help me think of a panda, cat, squirrel name.
Squandat?
Squandat. Just quickly flip over to so you can see the beautiful picture of Miss Rainbow. She's even tried to do some details of shading and shadows in the eyeball.
I kind of did that because it's a different tinge because of the glass.
The glass is a different sort of color, isn't it?
It's making it look a different color.
That is so cool. I love that you're taking all kinds of things that we've learned together and with you guys and putting them into your own pictures. That's pretty darn cool. Thanks for joining us for Draw With Me Kids, edition episode 59, Griffins and Chimeras.
If you enjoyed, hit that notifications bell, like the video, subscribe, and share the video with your friends. That way you'll never miss a Draw With Me Kids edition episode ever again. And your friends won't either.
Whoa. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye. Bye.